distance, space to move, and we don't want to do that. So we have to avoid that in one of two ways. Either we're going to do it by outpacing them, which is kind of what Ty does. He outpaces his guys until he breaks them, or we're going to do it by smashing them. And we have to find out ways to smash our opponents when they're in the positions that we have that are advantageous. When we take a guy down, or we pass his butterfly or guard, the match should be over. Or at very least, we got to be scoring 7 to 10 points. You guys understand what I'm saying? Come here, Chris. Lay down. I get my pass here. He starts to push me. He's pushing me away, right? What do I do here to stop his progression? Well, first thing that I did, guys, is I got my knee in his hip. Please understand, Laborio used to teach us this crazy thing. He used to say, knee to hip is all I want you to worry about. The journey, you make up. Make up the journey, get your knee in his hip. He said, I don't care if you want to do some of this stuff here. I don't care if you want to drive through here. But you have to get your knee in his hip in order to pass his guard, no matter what it takes. Right? In order for you to get that knee in there, then, you've got to pin his hips down. And the only way to do that is with the hand on the other side. So let's say I'm here. He puts up his knee shield. I throw this leg on top. I kill this thing. I step over. I go here. I lock him in. He kicks his leg out. He pushes me up. Boom. I put my arm there. I put my hand there. He's pushing me up with everything he's got because he doesn't like it. I now, in order to smash him, go deep underhook, high elbow. Boom. Now all my weight is on him. He is miserable. Believe me when I tell you. How do you feel? Not good. Because all of my hip bone is in his floating rib. I push his arm, he's going to throw it over the top because he doesn't like that. That's what I want. I now drive my bicep in his face and I smash him here. See what I'm doing here? He gets his elbow, he starts to push it in again. No problem. Right back to here. Right back to here. Till I have him covered. And he's miserable. And he's jumping around and he's moving. But look, guys, come on this side. My elbow has his hip locked. I plant my hand against the ground, my right elbow in his hip. Now, when I start to feel his energy being sapped a little, I switch base this way. And now my hip on the other side's on top of him. I smack his knee this way or this way, boom! And I got this underhook here. As long as I got this underhook here, he pushes his elbow in my face, it doesn't matter. I just walk it up. I can lock it in like this, I can lock it in like this. I'm just gonna smash him. I'm gonna put all my weight on him. I'm not putting my knees on the mat. I'm making him miserable. I am what's called cooking him. I am absolutely cooking my opponent. And those are the things that we have to learn. Generally speaking, and this is kind of, Brazilians have no idea how to explain this. It doesn't translate well into our language. You have to be really fluent in English to explain this thing called bilateral movement, leverage on one side. The vast majority of them that I've trained with couldn't do that, but they sure could do it to you. Laborio would smash the crap. You would just quit. He was so panicking. It was so, everything hurt. Everything was smothered. You just felt like you couldn't move at all. And it all started from when he got his knee in the hip. Okay? So let's look at this. Let's get one guy down, one guy up, and I will walk you through the ways that you pin your opponent. Okay? 3 positions that we're going to, and explain now what we're doing to this. All right, so let's look at remember, we're talking about what happens when you've passed the guard. Cooking your guy, making sure you're getting at least 2.5 minutes out of this thing here. Now, with Justin, it's always the knee cut, right? So now we got to work on this knee cut. We got to drive that knee here, through here, and we got to cut this underhook here. See this position here? I can stay here. What are you going to do from here? Really?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna give it to him, no, but
He's gonna take his arm out again. He's gonna be pushing.
I'll go here.
Right.
I'm gonna let you get side control.
Pull this up here. Come this side. C-clamp. Hip on top of him. I'm not on the ground getting time to rest. I'm on top of him. He's pushing my neck. Yes. This is the only thing you can do. Man, I'm looking at the clock. If he sits there, I'm sitting here for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Each one of these positions, I want to just burn him. As I turn over now with his arm up high, I come all the way up here and I go like this. You see this? What are you going to do from here?
Arm
Maybe
time.
give me an arm bar or something. But every situation, we're finding our position of pressure, our leverage, and we're staying there. We want him to not have anything to do. Once you're on top, once you've taken him down, once you passed his guard, half the match has got to be gone. Now again, you can do the out scramble thing. I can't, it's not my game, but I can cook somebody. I can grab them and hold them in place. We did that from butterfly a few times. What are you doing?
Cooking.
Huh?
Cooking.
Yes. Cooking. But cooking doesn't mean, guys, this here is not cooking. What's he doing? He's resting. That's what he's doing. He's pushing up against me with his arm. I have no juice on him. He's fine, he's breathing. If I'm gonna be here, guys, I gotta reach down here, boom, smoke that guy's body. Put all that weight up on his ribs. When he's pushing my face too high, or I think I'm worried about him getting his legs on me, man, I fold him in half again.
Puss.
Like north-south.
It's a type of north-south. But all these are positions that you have to find yourself. All these positions are what? Okay, you're on top of the guy, he's moving his hips. Why is he moving his hips? Are you not securing his hips? Is your elbow or your hand not positioning them? He's on top of me right now. All right, so here I'm resting. Oh man, it's jerked past my guard. Oh crap, no, get off me, you turd. Oh. Oh. But one thing I want you to be there. What? Yes. Oh. Everything has got to have this dominant position of authority where he has no chance at resting. What does Laborda tell me? Everything must hurt. Make everything hurt. You see, every position that you land in should never be a point of rest for your opponent. You're cooking him, you're frying him, you're smoking him. And in jiu-jitsu, unfortunately, we learned about this thing here. You know what this is called? Agreed upon rest. He rests and I rest. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go. Man, forget that crap. That's girl jiu-jitsu, man. That ain't man jiu-jitsu. We don't forget them agreed upon rest things. If you are in your middle of a match, in the middle of a row, and you have an agreed upon rest, you got to tell yourself that's my weakness right there. This is my weakness that I have to rest right now. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay, so let's work on that again. 1, 2, 3.